Welcome to the, or talk to Mortal Ladies. My name is Chad, and welcome to the What If Deku Was a Overbroken Man? So basically, what it means is there's a new story that I am trying to create, and this is so. First of all, Overbroke is a similar to Power Rangers, but not like the not similar to like every other story. But instead of calling their like Zords, they're they use magic or powers. Powers. Yeah. So Zuko and Zumi yeah. I'm adding Zumi into this what if. So yeah. And yeah, sorry. The Zuko whom or this character that you see, his name's called in or no, Zero Flame. Him is he's based on or his name is Zero Flame, but the he's one of the members of it. Zero Flame allows him to either produce flames or the because it's like infinity and zero, he could absorb any situation. He could, yeah. So that's beside the point. Now let's go start this what if. So Zuko and Zumi were born. And in this world that I'm creating, there's there's quirkless. That's the tier list thing. Quirkless, quirked, abilities, and powers. So yeah. Whoever is quirkless gets like they have to do like normal jobs with $1 or pay. Quirkless, $1.9 billion, and being the hero. And abilities, yeah. So, but the thing of abilities or power, I said or power, was the ability. If someone has the ability, usually they are born with a mark on their body, like on their skin, kind. But Zuko has it like born with a mark inside of his heart. Of a form of yin and yang, good and evil, infinity and zero. So yeah. So then so they go to Quark Doctor, and the Quark Doctor lies to Zuko, but not to Zumi. The Zuko, or no, Zumi, or no, Quark Doctor tells Zumi that she has Quark, and then he tells Zuko that he doesn't have a Quark, and yeah, that was a lie. So then yeah. The so basically his parents are like, wow, we'll probably make over $1 billion. Bazillion.1%. Yeah. So yeah. Basically, so they went on a trip thing. And yeah, the anime, and so Zumi, or no, Inko and Sashi took Zumi back to Japan, and they left Zuko on the other side of the world. Yeah, and they didn't know that, or they didn't expect the explosion happen. Ocean. And when Zuko, because of how big yeah, it was like big. There it is. So when most people died in that explosion, what caused it was a crazy scientist named Dark Knight. And no, I'm not talking about Batman. The guy in this universe is a custom character, and he is. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So, here he is. This one. He's a werewolf thing. Like, basically, but one of his coworkers pulled the trigger. Like, basically, flipped a lever when he was in the machine. And he had a wolf quirk, but the machine transformed him when it was still damaged or was under repair. And he got turned into that and the Dark Knights. And of course, Zuko, who thought everybody thought they were dead. As Inko quietly says to herself, good riddance. As they didn't know that Zuko is still alive. He just he got up out of the piles of ashes as he looks around and he sees in horror, like in a scared little child. As Zuko looks around the entire city thing, and yeah, basically he could not believe. Let me remind you, he was at age of 5 when. So he was a kid, little child, scared child, out of his mind. And as, yeah, he was sweating bullets. And as yeah, no one else in that city survived except for him and that villain, the darkness, or no, Dark Knight, the wolf guy. Here, let's go back to. I'm going to switch it over so that I don't have to like constantly go back and forth. I almost clicked on. Yeah. So yeah, the Dark Wolf one, there was only 2 people survived the explosion. Zuko is one. The other was Dark Knight. And there's a little bit more backstory to the Dark Knight. Is that after he became a scientist, he did visit his family more. Because in the other job, his wife kept telling him to be more. And before you guys comment what's the purple stuff on the bottom, no, it is not blood. It's not his blood. It's actually a portal that he's going through. Yeah. So his lower half is he could teleport through anywhere. Like how Kirigiri is. So yeah. So the Dark Knights in guy has a link. So his wife left him because he wasn't spending any time with his kids or his real family. So that's why he quit his old job. And plus he was already he was always paying for a house thing. So he's like, all right. So he became a scientist. And the gymnast, basically what it means is basically he joins a gym. He's not chunky. He's the opposite. He's fit as a fiddle thing. So he spends his so there was, because he only gets couple hours in. Yeah, so he spends more time with his parents, his family. So then, yeah, that's before. So then So now let's get back into the story. So yeah. So then, when I said his wife left, she also brought the children with him, or no, with her to the other side of the world, so that yeah. So then the explosion happened. Then, yeah, that these two who were survives. Zuko gets up in a daze as he looks at his crumbling hands. And let me remind you, he's at age of 5. No child should ever experience what just happened. Yeah, basically what it means is that Zuko, who had to, so he's he's basically locked himself in his own mind. So then a new personality comes out. And that personality is Overbroke. Gun. So Overbroken, he flies around. He does like eventually work, like the hero killer Stain, but he kills villains before they even have a chance to commit any crimes. So the crime rate dropped to 0. And yeah, basically, yeah. So then so Zumi got the one for all, and she goes to UA and ends up, yeah, at UA. She basically did notice that there's not very many active crimes. Everybody else does know. No. Yeah. So, but when the news reporters reported what happened to the other side of the world, they all thought no one could survive that explosion except for 2 people. Yeah, they didn't thought about the 2 people surviving. So, yeah, Zuko and Darkness Wolf, or Darkness. So, or his full name would be, because he's a villain, he goes by the name of Darkness Wolf. And yeah, and both of them, because Zuko was born with the power of Infinity Zero. His quirk is called Flame Explosion, and and his powers were to cause. He's basically a instructable man, like Omni-Man, Superman, every indestructible character that could never be harmed, but times aims like sextillion tons times that much. You know, like imagine Superman, but his power, or if he stops holding back, basically what it means is him punching like or no, not Batman, no, Joker so hard. Yeah, that. Imagine, yeah. So basically, now we're gonna continue this what if. So, yeah. Let's see. 20 minutes. Okay. So, Zuko flies because he has powers of flight. So he can fly all the way across back to his home. And he did kill many villains around the entire world before, except for Darkness Wolf. And so, yeah. So then many people are trying to speculate, like, how in the heck can these villains keep disappearing? Like, when we're, as he says, or let's say one of these students, or Bakugo says, I'm going to say it nicely, but he says it meanly. He, why in the heck can these villains keep disappearing, like, end up dead before the pro heroes ever came? As they're all wondering that same thing. Back of their minds. Things. As they're like, as Ochako thinks that Zuko, or she thinks or Ochako thinks it's just a miracle that someone's actually stopping crime before it happens. But she's not expecting some random guy some random guy killing the villains off before. So yeah, Zuko is and I forgot to mention, I think I mentioned this earlier, and reason why I'm recording this over again, because I didn't realize that there was some, like, misfires. What I mean is basically there was, like, how long is your foot? Like, basically, yeah. So, how big is your foot? That's what it is. So I'm like, oops, sorry. So they, yeah. So now, let's get back into it. So I probably mentioned this once, but Zuko wasn't in control. How stunned he was of seeing the devastation of And let me remind you, he's at age of 5, so yeah. He was at age of 5. But when everyone thought he was dead. And he was still, because how much devastation he saw, like he experienced, like no child should ever, yeah, so no child should ever go through that experience. He was so, like he was so shocked inside of his own soul that even his powers, like his abilities of infinity and zero, controlled his hand and covered his eyes and they locked himself away from, in his own mind. Yeah. Because, yeah. So then the new personality came out of nowhere and being like, so yeah. A new personality was overbreaking man. Yeah. So, and he's more quiet and deadly. Yeah. And most villains they're like, I don't want our heads to be chopped up to them. As Zuko, or should I say, Overbreak, killed them before they even speak. Yeah. And, yeah. And, yeah, because how fast he was. Yeah. He just like, done. So, the entire underground villains, were killed in an instant, like, done. So, even the entire public doesn't even know. So, yeah, Zuko was not in control. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, reason why I'm going back and forth is because So, and, yeah, every single person was scared to even step out of their doors. Hers. Going from, everybody, including, Momo, Ochako, or Momo and Ochako, Tenya, Bakugo, everyone was scared of even stepping out of their front door. Because they might be the next. Yeah. So, yeah. And, Yeah, sorry. So, please wait for part 2 to be filmed. Peace.